And the bunnies are so smart. It really reminds me of 300. Everyone's got their shields. They're locking together. Together we are strong. Individually we are weak, right? My God, look at that. How do you get the bottom when there is no bottom to see? Fight in the shade of your friend's butt. That's what. Yeah, I don't know how that works, but that's how I figure they're doing it, right? All right, bunnies, we are back. And right now we have multiple fleets converging on Gnosis. We're currently trying to cool down our FTL drives, and we've been jumped by almost 8,000 points of Cylon fleet at 3,900 each. And we are currently trying to screen with Fleet Group Cavalry to take out another of the Cylon fleets at 3,900 points. And then eventually we're going to move Fleet Group Daedalus on over to the Articles of Colonization by this episode. So that's going to be the plan. It seems like Sagittarians out there and they're causing issues, so we'll have to maybe have a say about that. If we go to build ships right now, we're currently cranking out another Minotaur. Wish we could crank out another one after that, but we'll have to wait until the next turn. It seems like we're only going to get 66 because the Cylons have been pretty good about keeping the colonies at bay from unifying. So let's go in and end the turn. There's the convergence. And there are multiple fleets located at Gnosis. Which fleet should commit to the battle? We've got Fleet Group Daedalus, we've got Fleet Group Wanderer. Daedalus is the only one with a Minotaur right now. Let's get Fleet Group Wanderer in there.
Under attack.
Auto resolve, no thank you. So this Fleet Group Cavalry way out here in Helios Gamma. So she's got 1 Artemis, Battlestar, 2 Adamants, and 3 Manticores. So off we go. We're going to be utilizing the same totem pole stack that the bunnies have shown to me. And hopefully it's going to keep our Artemis, Battlestar, and Adamants safe while the Manticores go out and strike and the Viper Mark IIs move to harass and intercept. So let's just make sure that we actually have our Viper Mark IIs set. It looks like we did not, so we want to make sure that that's all set across the board. So our Artemis Battlestar has been updated. We are currently all using long-range guided missiles. We're going to shift our Manticores into just the massive from the top, death from above, unguided munition torpedo spam, which is going to be great. No idea. Oh, there we go. Dratus contact. So let's go ahead and we'll start on the left, and then we'll be able to give them the broadside, come in at the oblique. So we'll come right there as far down as possible. We're going to be right on top of the other Artemis, come up until it's green. I'm sorry, the other Adamant, and we're going to do the same thing with our Artemis Battlestar, and there's the close range stack. Almost like locking shields together in 300, right? We want to make sure that we can cover our weaknesses with our pals, and after all, I mean, what are friends for? If not covering your weaknesses, right? What are friends for? Actually, let's actually do a similar stack right here. And that's going to allow us to turn without obstructing each other. So there we go. We've got 2 stacks right here. And let's go. So that way we can actually turn without hitting each other or worrying about the logistics like that. Battle of Sagittarian. I mean, we're not even fighting in the Articles of Colonization yet. We're just screening incoming Cylon fleets. So look at that. Super like Blue Angels formations here. That's freaking epic. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and grab our Adamants and the Artemis Battlestar. We're gonna launch our 4 squadrons of Viper Mark IIs. We're gonna select everybody, and we are in a neutral posture, and we're gonna crank it on over and dive.
Yes, Commander.
And then we're gonna get all of our Manticores, and we are going to crank it on over from the outside, and we are going to climb like so, and off we go. So there's the peel. It's freaking cool. It's freaking awesome is what it is, and it's going to allow us to, I mean, we should probably split this formation in a line abreast so that when we dump out the unguided munitions, we don't like kill each other, right? So let's get our Manticores to split up a little bit. So we're going to stay maneuverable. We're going to be in our neutral posture. We'll climb. We'll get the second. We'll climb. And then we'll get the third. And we shall climb.
Yes,
but let's boost instead. And climb. There we go. So we're going to create a little bit of a diagonal. We'll get our boys. We're going to boost thrusters. And we're going to stay low. That's a pretty steep angle right there. A steep oblique. And we will select target and just get in the thick of things, and we'll see how they respond. So let's go. We're looking for any additional Dratus contacts to identify Talons. There we go. We've got 2 Dratus contacts, which are probably Talons. We've got Revenants. 2 Revenants, 2 Talons, probably 2 Nemesis. So very, very, very evenly distributed. So let's have our Vipers focus on the lead, I'm assuming Raider squadron coming on in. With our totem stack, we're going to maybe come off of boost thrusters, turn over to an attack posture, and we are going to dive and give the broadside here. Focus fire on the lead Revenant, and we're going to fire guided munitions right into them. Our Manticores are going to come off boost thrusters, move into attack posture.
Yes, Commander.
And we are just going to adjust this just a tad. You can maintain a pretty good formation. So I'm going to focus on that same lead Revenant right there. And I'm going to hold on the munitions here. So let's go.
Fighter squadron is taking fire.
And incoming. Oh, there's unguided munitions. I'm assuming they're shooting at our Manticores.
Missiles incoming. Missiles incoming.
Oh my god. Are those going to hit? That's going to hurt. Look how close. Look at where it stopped it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure those are going to hit. That is going to suck. That is impressive. My god. Makes me almost want to just dumbfire missiles right back at him, right? Well, that tells me they probably have, yeah, 2 Nemesis, 2 Talon, 2 Revenant. Well, I mean, we better brace for impact, right? Because that impact's like right there, if you know what I mean. We'll probably come on in and dive like crazy. If I do that, I'm going to pull myself closer to the Revenants. That's probably not a good idea. So I'll bring myself over and we'll crank ourselves around. And then the other Manticores are going to stay in the attack posture, and they're going to slow their roll, drop on down, and all Manticores, though, are going to dump munitions into the side of this Revenant. Hopefully, they'll be able to lead the target because this guy's cranking forward, and we might just shoot right behind him. I hope that doesn't happen, but we'll find out, right? Adamants, Artemis, let's go ahead and just continue to do the drive-by with our right side coming on the oblique. They're still focusing that Revenant. The impacts have not occurred yet. And I believe our Vipers, they're still focusing on the Raiders. So let's go.
Missiles incoming.
Big hits. The top's open on the Revenant. Incoming on the other Revenant. There it is. Okay, that's massive. So the tops are open. Our Manticore is actually fine. That's excellent. It's the bottom of this Manticore that's having some issues now. Okay, great. That's actually really, really good news. The right side of one of our adamants, the bottom adamant, is the one that's been hit the worst. So, I mean, let's keep it rolling. We're in the attack posture. We'll drive right on by.
Yes, sir.
Come on down. Just keep diving. Although I almost feel like I should take that bottom adamant, which is the Detesh, and we're going to move into, I suppose, a defensive posture here, and they'll continue. Now, this guy, his bottom's completely open. Let's get our Manticores. I'm going to suppose we'll get the outside Manticore. He's going to, we'll bring them all into a neutral posture, so we have maximum maneuverability. And let's go in and reform our formation, right? So we'll crank that over, and we're actually going to dive because our bottoms are rather weak at the moment, right? We have saucy bottoms. I feel like we should probably group up with our adamants instead of being isolated with the Talons and the Nemesis. So let's actually bring ourselves over. I take that back. So we're going to come in around like this, and they're going to pull away. And as they do so, just make sure we're focusing on the Revenant that we just dumped a bunch of munitions into, this guy right here. They're probably going to hack us on the way out. And let's go with that. There it is.
Adamant is taking damage. Manticore
so
is taking
this
damage.
Revenant is done. We got one Revenant out. And we're focusing into this Revenant right here. This poor Manticore's, his hull's getting trashed. But I think we can boost away. We can boost away, gain some distance. So boost thrusters. And this is a moment for us, right?
Yes, sir.
So let's go. Let's get out of there. And we're going to get our adamants. Oh, man, this poor Detache is pretty trashed on that side. So it's got the defensive formation, so that's a plus. Let's go ahead and crank this over. And we're going to give the left now. There we go. Give them the left. Give them the left instead of the right. So we'll give them the side that actually has armor, right? And we'll fire munitions into the Revenant. And we will hang on until the Manticores can come around again. We've got our Vipers. Right now we've got Revenant, Talon, Nemesis. I mean, let's go ahead and track down the Nemesis. We'll hit one of the Cylon elites and let us go. One of your ships are going to collide. Oh, our adamants. Well, let's see. We've got our Detache. We'll bring him around.
So say we all.
Like that. Perfect. Excellent. And let's go.
Adamant is taking damage.
But the front of the Adamant is going to take the hit now, and then we'll give him the right. Nemesis is out. Beautiful. Shots to the butt on the Revenant. Great. So what are we looking at now? Right now we've got 4 contacts. We've got 2 Talon, 1 Revenant, and a Nemesis. Nemesis is relatively untouched. The Talons are untouched. This Revenant is having a bad day. So we'll just go ahead and keep focusing with a Viper so that we don't have to crank it on over and chase the Revenant. Because we're going to be turning away, right? So let's go ahead and get all of our Adamants and our Artemis. We're in the attack posture. I'm going to get our Adamants and we'll slowly place them individually, right? So here's the Detache, which is on the bottom. We're in the attack posture. Let's just dive. We'll get the Belgrade. Artemis Battlestar. And then we'll have the Belgrade here. And he's going to be in the middle. There it is. Fire munitions. I think we already fired, but some of us did not. And we'll focus fire on this Talon here. The Manticores can probably turn off boost thrusters, and we're going to go ahead and get back into formation. So this Manticore has had the brunt of it. So we're going to start diving to protect the bottom because the bottom's at 0. And then we'll have this Manticore pull up alongside. And we'll have this Manticore completely crank it on over.
So say we all.
And they'll be ready to go with their munitions on the next turn. So let's go in and end turn. The Vipers are chasing to destroy the Revenant. That Revenant is out. And we're opening up in on the Talon. Okay, hang in there. Hang in there. My gosh, it's happening. It's happening like crazy. All right, well, let's coming in on the oblique, and we're gonna focus on the Talons with the big 3. So we'll say the Adamants and the Artemis are gonna focus fire not on the Nemesis, but on that Talon. I want that Talon out, right? And then the Manticores, though, even though we're getting hit, I'm gonna move us into an attack posture. We're gonna have this one slow the roll. He's pretty much undamaged, and we're going to focus on the Nemesis, right? And let's go ahead and dump in torpedoes. This gentleman right here is getting hit pretty hard. We'll come into a more defensive posture. And we'll climb. And we'll send in torpedoes. And then this gentleman is going to come it all the way around.
Yes, sir.
Send torpedoes. And focus fire. And let's hope that we can survive this one. Let's go.
Manticore is taking damage.
Incoming. Excellent. Excellent. I think we can keep up the DPS where our Manticores are probably going to survive, right? They're probably going to survive. That's great. So right now we're dealing with just the 2 Talons, right? Select target. Oh, the Singleton Talon. We destroyed the other already. That's phenomenal. Obviously, that's ideal. Well, we've got one more target, so everyone on that guy, poor guy. and crank it over. Give them the wall of broadside. And Manticores, full attack. Slow it down. And here it comes. It's all on this guy.
Manticores taking damage.
Come on. Yeah, he's focusing on our Manticore, who's getting torn to pieces, but so is that guy. Excellent. Whew. DPS race is what that is. And Gisela does it again. Gisela Dolan. Fantastic. She's now Colonel rank 3. Man, she just ate them for breakfast. Man, I want to get a Minotaur in her hand, see what she does with it. She's going to be awesome. Here we go. Fleet Group Wanderer is going to now engage. This is one of the 3,900 point Cylon fleets before we send Daedalus out there in order to, you know, get into the Articles of Colonization and slap Sagittarian on the hand with our backhand, right? That's the idea. All right, so Fleet Group Wanderer has the adamant stack and now can add to it the Artemis. Look at this stack. Okay, this is a stack. Winfried McGregor is ready to show them the power of the stack. That is a stack. My gosh. 1, 2, 3. They've got 7 capital ships, so they maxed that out. Let's go ahead and have the Manticores here. And we probably want some space to turn. So let's just make sure that all of us are kind of in the appropriate distance where we can actually be facing the right way by the time we intersect with the Cylons, right? That's not bad. All right, let's go. I love this.
Prepared to jump in 3.
Man, the bunnies are so
2,
smart.
1.
It really reminds me of 300. Everyone's got their shields they're locking together. Together we are strong. Individually we are weak, right? My God, look at that. How do you get the bottom when there is no bottom to see? Fight in the shade of your friend's butt. That's what. Yeah, I don't know how that works, but that's how I figure they're doing it, right? So we're cranking it on over. There we go. And we are just going to continue to dive. We're going to crank it on over as well. We'll bring her around and we'll dive. And we're going to launch all squadrons right here and let us go. So there's the peel. And there go the fighters. It's so pretty. All the blue lights. We've got 5. Oh man, Mark 1s again. I still haven't changed it from Mark 1s. Winfried McGregor is working in the past. I'm sorry, Winfried. You know how it is. Sometimes life just, you know, catches up with you, and next thing you know, you're out of juice, right? So unfortunately, there we go. Keep diving, come in on the oblique, perfect. And we're going to get all of our Viper Mark 1s. So we know that's going to be 200 Vipers just moving to identify because it's 5 times 40. And apparently we're going to collide. Oh, there it is. The adamant stack is 2 Blue Angels. That's what. There we go. A little better there. Perfect. And we go. On y va. All right, we're coming around. Here come the 200 Vipers to intercept, and they've got 4 Talons and 3 Nemesis is my guess, right? That's a 3,900 points. 4 Talons, 3 Nemesis. So we've got 5 squadrons versus their 4 squadrons. So what do they have on the squadrons, right? Nemesis, War Driver, Heavy Raider, War Driver. Well, you know what? Let's get their Heavy Raider. We don't want, or the War Drivers. I'd rather not be hacked and then have to worry about those shenanigans. So let's go in and try and drop those guys out. We're gonna go in and focus fire, I guess, on the lead because it's probably the only one we're gonna meet. We'll boost thrusters for now. Get in there a little more rapidly. Stick together. Keep the wall. Dive on the oblique. There it goes. Fire munitions. Let's hold on the munitions. Hold on the munitions. The Manticores are moving to scout. I'm actually going to move into attack posture. And we'll go in and dive a bit. And we're going to hit that outside Nemesis. I don't remember if we've got unguided munitions. We'll just start with the Corvette guns and we'll unload together. So here we go. So 200 Vipers on that single War Driver squadron. Incoming guided munitions. So we can already see there's 3 Nemesis. Yeah, it's 3 Nemesis and 4 Talons. We see 2 sets of guided munitions and 1 set of unguided munitions coming from this contact, that contact. 1, 2, 3. Nemesis, Nemesis, and Nemesis. Okay, fair enough, fair enough. We'll just keep the pressure. I mean, the cool thing is, right now we're being assaulted by war drivers on the right side. That's usually not cool, right? Well, tell you what, we're gonna come off boost thrusters, we're gonna move into an attack posture, and we're just gonna stay on the oblique. I'm gonna go ahead and take our Artemis Battlestar. We're gonna flak right. So slam that out on the right side, and we're gonna have our, unfortunately our Vipers are pursuing, right? I mean, at this point, well, I mean, that's what you get for being in Mark 1s. What can I say? Oh boy. Are we going to cause catastrophic damage to our own? Let's go ahead and hit the Heavy Raider Squadron and maybe stay a little bit farther away from the flak, but I have a feeling we're going to just shred our own Vipers. But hey, flak is cool to look at, right? I think that's the lesson of the day. Flak is cool to look at, and Vipers are easy to replace.
Understood.
Is how I choose to think about it. Let's go ahead and dump in from the top now that we've opened them up a little bit with our Manticores, and our Adamants and the Artemis are going to loose guided munitions into the other Nemesis, and we're going to shoot flak out the right and hope we don't shred 200 Vipers. That's the plan. So let's see what happens. There goes the flak. Oh, are we destroying our own missiles? Whoops.
Taking damage.
God, it's like fireworks. Look at that. Our poor Manticore. There we go. So we loosed the Nemesis. Our Vipers are okay. That's pretty tight and to the right. That's awesome. So how are we doing here? Our Manticore bottom is almost open. The Manticore bottom here is open. We should probably crank it over. So I'm actually going to come into a neutral posture. We're going to crank it over. And we're going to dive on down and focus fire on that Nemesis. We are going to take our totem pole and just keep moving on the oblique. There's no point in changing it. I'm going to suppose the Artemis can probably... we'll go into a neutral posture with the flak, and then we'll move to catch up. Basically be the shade for this stack right there. Yeah. And we are continuing to throw out the flak because the Heavy Raider's like sitting in it, right? And then the Viper Mark 1s are focusing on this war driver. Sure. That seems fair. And let's go.
Manticore is taking damage.
Oh my god.
Centurions have boarded a Battlestar.
Oh, we've been boarded. We've been boarded. All right, we lost the Quachita. So we lost the Manticore. It got torn asunder. It got focused and torn to pieces. Hopefully we're going to be able to win the day. We probably want to cancel this flak right now. Cancel the flak. We're going to move into a defensive posture with the Artemis Battlestar because we are being boarded and our Marines are going to need a boost. So right now we've got 190 on the Marines, right? So that means if we go to, I think, repair subsystems, you can actually see that we're currently cranked on over with the CIC to a defensive posture. Our armory now has 130% extra strength, and that's going to allow our Marines to hopefully repel those Centurions as efficiently as possible. And more importantly, slough off some of the damage that we are receiving. Now, how many squadrons do we have remaining? We've got 2 Talons, 3 Talons, 4 Talons, 1 and 2 Nemesis. So they've got 6 out of the 7. We've only removed 1 and they've removed 1. So I do not like that situation, but we did remove most of the squadrons, which is pretty awesome. We'll go ahead and focus on this Nemesis. Adamants, Artemis, focus the same. Right on that Nemesis. We have no munitions to send. And we've got 1 Manticore, which is basically just trying to boost and live and survive. So let's go ahead and come on down. Our bottom is almost trashed. So off we go. This Nemesis is going to get torn to pieces. I think it ate I think it ate the Battlestar artillery. It looked like a big shotgun just shot out a big cluster round out the right side, and the guy's health and armor just dropped. So honestly, that's probably the best that I can ask for. So we're going to do, I mean, at this point we can rely heavily on the Vipers. I'm going to continue to boost and gain distance to protect our Manticore. It's a really, really good Dratus range machine, but and somewhat disposable-ish, but I'd rather not lose it if I can avoid it. And we're going to just crank on in while the Artemis is trying to protect itself. So boarding party 3, hangar, we can repair the hangar. I mean, sure, let's repair it as we go. And let us go.
Manticore is taking damage.
Oh boy, our Manticore is naturally getting focused to pieces.
Subsystem repairs are complete.
He's boosting like crazy. Hangar's been repaired. Yeah, we might lose both our Manticores here. No bueno. Well, I mean, we could try to go into a defensive posture, crank it on over, and give them the front, and drop all at the same time while stressing the engines to give them the nose. I don't know if it's necessary to go that hard.
On it, Commander.
So we'll just do this instead. We can fire guided missiles
Yes, Commander.
before we are dead, if that should be the case. And then we'll get our adamants, and we are going to... I mean, I actually assume for the adamants, let's go ahead and take their own stack.
Yes, sir.
And we're going to boost, actually. We're going to try to get right on side of the Talons and support here. We're going to leave the Artemis Battlestar alone. And currently it seems like they're not being boarded, though. It seems like they've repelled boarders. Wow, what beasts. What absolute monsters on this Colonial Fleet. Dear God. That's what we're talking about. Man, the incredible, incredible tenacity of our fleet is to be admired, for sure. Viper Mark 1s, let's go ahead and focus, and we're gonna just tear up. Actually, you know what? Tear up that Nemesis. We don't want him around anymore. Don't like the hacking, not cool. And let us go.
Manticore is taking damage.
I don't know about the Manticore. Trying to survive here. Oh dear God. I'm assuming that was the Battlestar Artillery. Manticore's now at 9 hull. No bueno. This Talon's down to 67. This Nemesis is a clear. So right now we're looking at 4 Talons total. So we'll just have everyone focus from front to back. Front to back. So let's get all our boys in. Oh, never mind. There's another heavy raider squadron here. Okay, that's not cool. Well, let's get our adamants into off boost thrusters, attack posture, slow their roll. Dive, coming on the angle, and we're gonna boost and dive with the Artemis. I suppose we could flak right. Let's flak right for the Artemis Battlestar. I don't know if it's necessary, but flak is cool. And let's see, our right is busted, our left is not. So we'll actually dive down like this. We'll hit the deck with the Manticore to give different armor to the enemy.
Manticore is taking
There's
damage.
that poor Talon. We're down to 8. Talon's getting hit. He's doing a good job rotating his armor here. And we're basically just going to keep spinning and diving. How about that? We'll give him the rear, which still has 18 armor with a Manticore. We're just trying to survive here. There we go. So we've reestablished the stack. That's what we like to see. There it is. There's the stack. Moving it into an attack posture. Actually, no. Coming on neutral. And we'll be able to catch up as a result. We'll cancel the flak. And who are we focusing on? Who is the closest right now? So the elite? Sure. Shoot him in the butt? Absolutely. Absolutely. And let's go. Look at that. Cylon Elite has been cleared from the field. Beautiful. And our Manticore still on 8 hull. Excellent. And we're just naturally just dumpster firing this Talon. Look at that massive damage. That's absolute insanity. See, at this point, we're just broadsiding every last Talon, which is hoping to God it's going to be able to kill our Manticore. But that's not happening now, is it? Let's go ahead and focus fire munitions at the second to the rear, but focus fire on the front, right? And this Manticore doesn't even care about firing its munitions or anything like that. It's actually just going to keep diving, giving him the rear. We still have 17 in top armor, so end the turn. And there it is. That Talon's down. Focus the next Talon. Look at that. Holy moly. This is so many broadsides. Holy crap. That is beautiful. Why change it? Don't change it. Don't stop the music. That's what I say. We can fire off some guided missiles.
On their way.
There it is. And that's about it. Send it. Keep trashing these guys. Next. Last guys. Dear God. dear God. God, just the rapidity at which they're just completely dominating the broadside of this Talon is just insane. It's amazing. Keep it up. All right, load in. Dumpster fire, go. This is not fine. He's like, this is fine. No, it's not. Enemy down and 4 Talons done just like that. That is amazing. Wow. That felt good. That felt good. Obviously, we lost another Manticore, but you know what? It could be worse. It could be worse. It's one of the cheaper machines that we've got. So how are we sitting right now? Fleet Group Cavalry is down to 4550. Right now, Fleet Group Wanderer, I believe. See, we've got a gunship. We've got another Minotaur now. That's excellent. Fleet Group Wanderer can take 900 points. I mean, I suppose if I wanted to absorb this Minotaur, I would need to make sure I had 900 points to spare. If I pulled off... Is this a bad idea? Like, if I actually said transfer this into Daedalus, we come in at 4850, and we would have 2 Minotaurs, 2 Adamants, and a Battlestar. Is that smart? I don't know, but that's cool. All right, we're doing it. That's how we're going to take out the Sagittarian fleet. I don't know how that's going to work, but it is what it is. Let's go ahead and jump on over with Fleet Group Daedalus. We're going to probably reform here. We've got the Nyx. They're going to transfer over to Fleet Group Wanderer. So they have a replacement Manticore, a very nice Manticore, very, very experienced, a veteran one. And they've got 4,800 points. And we've got a new side mission out here that we can check out. And then last but not least, we've got another, the Sumaba. That's 4,000 points. Honestly, we should probably move this. They can't accept that 500, but I assume they're going to be needed. Oh, man. We have 5 capital ships. What kind of a stack is that going to be? Man, that's going to be hilarious. I don't know if that's a good idea or not, but I guess we're about to find out. Okay, great. Well, let's jump out here just in case they need the help. So they're going to jump. And then we're going to have Fleet Group Wanderer, which is going to jump out here to Persephone. Yeah? So there we go. An intern.
Detected a Cylon escort fleet,
New
sir.
contacts coming in.
Action stations.
And let's do it. I just realized I didn't even see what kind of mission this is. I just sent the fleet. I sent Fleet Group Wanderer without even looking. I don't know. That's probably not a good idea. Don't do that. Don't follow my example, bunnies. You should probably read first, right? So, Damon Greeley, Fleet Group Daedalus. Oh, I didn't realize we were assaulted at Gortine. Well, this is our new stack. They are coming in with 6 contacts. We are going to absolutely massacre them, is my hope. So we've got the Artemis Battlestar. We've got a Minotaur. We have a Minotaur. Like this. And then we've got 3 Adamants. That is correct. We have, well, actually, no, we've got 2 Adamants, 2 Minotaurs. That's what it is. That's what it is. And then we've got the Artemis Battlestar making the burger like this. So that's all we brought. 5 ships. That's it. That's going to be interesting. I don't know how to feel about that. Maybe we'll gain ourselves a little bit of distance first. And I suppose we can start with a stack of our own with these Minotaurs just so that they can square off appropriately and hopefully they won't shoot each other with their guns. And then I might want more distance here so that we can actually turn and then engage, right? Together. We don't want to be so separate. So say we all. So say we all. There we go. So we've got 2 stacks just for ease of maneuverability. Just double check that we've got Viper Mark IIs looking pretty good. And then, of course, we've got another Adamant Viper Mark II. Double Minotaurs. And then, of course, the 2 Viper Mark IIs currently on the Daedalus. Fantastic. We've got guided munitions out of our Adamant and our Artemis Battlestar. Okay, great. Let's proceed. Okay. This is basically the equivalent of playing Warhammer 40k Space Marines and then only dropping with Terminators, right? We only bring Terminators. That's this fleet. Oh my god, look at this. That is a presence, though. I'll tell you, that is a presence if I've ever seen one. Oh my god. That is a lot of metal in one place. Okay, well, we've got 6 Dratus contacts, Adamants and the Artemis, and the Daedalus. So, Daedalus, Artemis, Adamant, launch.
Yes, sir.
There it is. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 Viper Mark II squadrons. And let's go ahead and turn this all the way over. So bring around, keep diving, and crank it over. There it is. So that's the stack turning. And then we'll have our Minotaurs. Honestly, they just need to, you know, do something similar. So they're just going to crank it and
Yes,
dive.
Commander.
And then hopefully it's going to buy us enough time, right? So there it is. They're launching. That's so cool. Oh my god. Look at this wall of metal. They should honestly just print the phrase on the side, God help you. God help us. God help us all. No, so say we all, right? Across, they'll just make a giant Colonial Fleet billboard. It's going to be amazing. All right, Minotaurs, do your thing. Dive and head right into the thick of things, except the top one is going to peel a little bit harder and will crank, and then the bottom one is going to peel a little bit less and crank, and they're going to start to split like this, yeah? And then we're going to have our double Adamant and the Artemis, and they're going to boost thrusters just to get a nice side angle. Looks like we're dealing with 2 Nemesis so far. All Viper Mark IIs are going to converge right on the lead
Squadron target
and
is
identify the
confirmed.
rest for us. And turn. What do we got here? There they go. Intercept. We've got a Revenant. We've got 2 Talons. We've got incoming War Drivers, I
Hostile
think.
unit identified.
Double Revenant, Nemesis, double Talon. So probably double Talon, double Revenant, and double Nemesis, right? Yeah, so we've got Nemesis, Revenant, Talon, Raider. Okay, very even, honestly, very balanced. It's like, go for them. Yeah, good job. Let's go ahead and just focus on the Raiders with our Viper Mark IIs, no different. And I'm actually going to cool it with the Adamant and the Artemis. We're going to turn off boost thrusters, and we are just going to slow our roll. I want to stick together as best we can. I know we can go a little bit farther, but we'll just continue to dive like that. Focus fire, and I want to hit the outside Nemesis, that guy, because if he blows by, maybe we can reach him a little bit, right? Although if we're not in an attack posture, I don't think we'll be able to connect with him, but that means we can definitely go into an attack posture with the Minotaurs. And let's dive. I'll get this guy. I should probably let them maybe spread out a little bit. So this guy maybe is going to be in a neutral posture so we can get a little bit of a lead.
Yes, Commander.
So that all the massive volume of guns that they have aren't going to conflict with each other, right? And we'll do this. There it is. All right. And then both the Minotaurs can focus fire. Well, on the Revenant? Yeah, sure. They've got bottom guns. Why not? And then we'll have our Artemis and the Adamants with their guided munitions. They'll fire at... Sure, hit that Nemesis. Just get rid of him if possible. Here we go. Send it.
Fighter squadron is taking fire.
Incoming.
Missiles incoming.
Unguided munitions are slipping right in between. Look at that, of the Minotaurs. So the Minotaurs have dodged their fate a little bit. That's epic. Love that. We haven't really done much damage here. That's totally fine. They're kind of peeling off, so we're getting the enemy piecemeal, which is ideal. So just keep focusing the same. They're just starting their run on that Raider prototype squadron. The Adamants and the Artemis are going to shift on into an attack posture. And we are going to dive, give them the right. We will cancel target, focus fire, and... I mean, out of all of them, I guess we'll focus fire on that Revenant, because he's probably one who's going to be coming in to our range as soon as possible, right? And then we'll just dive down and go. It's this rear, I suppose it's this guy who's about to get hit, so we can actually do a defensive posture instead. So let's go. So there, he's taking the hits. He's not taking as much damage because of the defensive posture. Oh boy. Yep. All right, so one Nemesis is almost down. Let's go ahead and see what is left, right? So select target. We've got Revenant, Nemesis. There is Talon, Nemesis, which has one hull remaining, but I'm not seeing any of the Raider prototype squadron, so that's phenomenal. So let's go ahead and just finish the job on this Nemesis and let the Vipers move to the next target naturally. And I don't think we need to change things too much. I'm just going to switch over to an attack posture now instead, and let's just fly right on in. Let's go. Here come the guns. Look at this oblique. Just shoot whatever. It doesn't matter. Talon's probably the closest next. Look at that. Gunships giving them the guns. There it is. I feel like the Minotaurs, I guess they could be part of the stack, but I feel like if I were to do that, then maybe we aren't taking advantage of their bottom guns too well, right? But I don't know if it necessarily matters. Damon Greeley has just no finesse whatsoever.
Yes,
this is just straight up, we're just going to shoot you. We're going to shoot you. Yes. This Talon, yeah, I'll shoot that guy. There it is. All right, and go. He's got, well, not much hull left. He has 0 hull. All right, next. Here, come and meet our giant wall of broadsides. That's the name of the game. Select target. Let's focus. There's the Revenant. There's the Revenant. I'm not going to chase those two. Just keep focusing on the task at hand and go. No need to change it. We still have armor. They do not. That's the key. That's the key. That Talon is now out. He's basically done, and the Vipers are naturally going to focus on the Revenant next. So let's just make sure that all of our people focus on the Revenant now. And we'll bring this down and over.
On it, Commander.
And let's not change it. Let's go. Just keep... This is not a finesse fleet. Just give them more guns. That's the idea. Oh my god. Oh my god, the devastation. That is insanity. He just melted. He melted. It was amazeballs. All right. Let's go ahead and crank the fleet over. We're going to turn into them. And we've got the Vipers. They're going to move to defend. I want to defend our rear Minotaur because they've got incoming munitions. So let's move to defend with all the Vipers. They should be able to shoot those things out, I think. Here come the Vipers. And there go. Beautiful. All the guided munitions removed from the field. Excellent. Awesome. So we've got a Revenant down here. He's turned into us. And we've got a Nemesis way up high. I have a feeling we're going to focus on that Revenant, right? So let's get the Vipers. I guess the Vipers can chase the Nemesis. That guy's dead, basically. He's dead Nemesis walking. And we're going to crank this over with our Artemis. Well, I guess we can boost thrusters. I mean, why not, right? Why not? There it is. And we'll dive on the oblique. We'll have the Minotaurs bring it on down.
So say we all.
And then I'll just have the Adamants and the Artemis fire munitions at the Revenant and go. Let's go. Send it. Oop, we almost tagged our Minotaur there. So it's just a welcoming gift. It's a welcoming gift for you. How about that? There it is. So we'll turn off the boost thrusters. We're going to just come in on the oblique and dive. There it is. Focus fire. There we go. And end turn. Here they come. He's shooting at our Vipers. Incoming. And he's gonna get hit
Daedalus is under attack.
on his side, which is amazing. So the Daedalus is at 235. I think the Viper's going to be able to take care of the Nemesis. Nemesis is also losing its rear armor already. And now we can take this entire set of capital ships, crank it into attack mode, and we're just going to dive and give him the juice. Here it is. I don't see this going well for him. Look at this. He had 90 hull. He's down to 50, down to 30, down to 10. Dead. That is amazing. Love that. And apparently we got the Nemesis as well. Nice. Okay, so this works. It works. Great. Is it nuanced? No. Do I care? No, not at all. I like it. All right, I think that worked. And then Fleet Group Wanderer. So once we clear this, we're actually going to be able to take on the Sagittarian, the Articles of Colonization. So I'll go ahead and play that one out because the scenario I think is rather dire. So hopefully we'll be able to get in there in time, right? Because they plan on doing horrible, horrible things to our people, and that's not allowed. All right, so we're out in Persephone. We've got our stack of 3 Adamants. We've got an Artemis Battlestar, and we've got 2 Manticores. Honestly, the Manticores are used to identify things, but I mean, at this point, let's just give the enemy the wall and shoot at them from behind the wall. How about that? All right, here's the play. Fleet Group Wanderer
3, 2,
has even more Adamants. It has no Minotaurs, but it has 3 Adamants, allowing it to field those 5 Viper Mark II squadrons. Oh, did I not? Oh my god, I didn't change to Viper Mark II again. It's fine, it allows us to come in at 200, right? Okay, well, I did not bring the Viper Mark IIs. Once again, it's all right. I'll get there eventually. Don't worry about it. Honestly, Viper Mark 1s are great. They have a slightly more numbers, right? That's what I like to tell myself. Okay, here we go. Crank it through. Bring her around. Although I suppose we can probably bring that back a tad. We don't have to be so aggressive with the Manticores. And then what I will do, though, is tighten this up and just dive as much as we are able, right? While we are launching all squadrons. So end turn. Here we go. So all 5 Viper Mark I squadrons are on the field and deployed. And we've got 6 contacts. I wouldn't be surprised if it's double Revenant, double Nemesis, and double Talon. Yeah. So we're going to lead with the Vipers. I mean, I assume that's a Nemesis. I assume that's a Nemesis. We'll get our Manticores and we'll crank on the oblique here. And then we'll get our Adamants and Artemis. And we'll try to maintain the oblique as relative to that incoming, I assume, the Nemesis. So we'll focus fire on that gentleman. And we'll hang tight right here. So what do we have? So there go the Vipers. Unidentified contact. Okay, so we've got at least 1 Talon. Ooh, what is that? Do they have a Cerastes? So I'm noticing right now we've got Raider Prototype Squadron, probably another Raider Prototype Squadron. So we've got 2 Talons, no incoming missiles, but this look like I don't know, shotguns or something? Or is it point defense? Is it a Cerastes? That would be very interesting. Okay, fair enough. Well, let's go ahead and divert our Vipers, and we're gonna get to intercepting the Raider Prototype Squadrons. We're going to have our Manticores, and they're going to, I guess, take over duties of identifying enemy contacts. I guess we won't be too high, so that if we do need to dive and protect our soft underbelly, it might be easier if we are at least just higher, but not so high that we'll never be able to dive in time, right? To protect the bottom. We'll get the Adamants and the Artemis, and we are going to switch on over to attack stance or posture, and we're going to dive. And I'm assuming they're going to be able to identify on flyby with the Vipers and engage. So let's hold. What do we have? What is this thing?
IFF confirms unit is hostile.
We've got Talon and Nemesis identified.
Missiles incoming.
I actually don't know. Maybe it's also a Nemesis? So what are we dealing with? Not sure. So right now we've got a Talon and we've got a Nemesis. Let's have the Manticores focus on the Nemesis. So we're going to go ahead and hit that. We'll briefly go into an attack posture. We're going to slow our roll, drop on down. We are still higher, and fire and open munitions right into him. That might be a little early, but at this point, I want that guy gone. We've got a focus on this raider. He's got 15 hull remaining, so that works out very nicely. And we'll get our Adamant and Artemis and just continue to move the wall slowly but surely, just this massive gun wall. And there it is. We'll go fire munitions, and instead of on that target, let's go ahead and focus, and we'll send it to the Talon. Now, I don't know if that's a good idea, but we might want to save it for that, whatever the heck that is. What do we have? Can we identify anything else just by chance? That Nemesis is trying to turn away, completely open from the top. Dear God, it's got 7. All right, perfect. And these guided munitions are going to the Talon right here. So let's actually grab our Manticores. We're going to come out of an attack posture, go into a neutral posture, and we're going to pick up speed and climb. We might do a drive-by and then hard 180 on the enemy, and then we'll get our death wall and we'll crank it low. Kind of start to turn our butt to this contact because he's too far away, and put it to where, well, this guy's almost done. That guy's gonna need to get hit. So let's crank this over and try to
On it, Commander.
focus on the Talon right there. There it is. So we're trying to think ahead here. Right now, looks like our adamants are conflicting. So we'll just bring this gentleman in. Like so. There it is. Although I guess we have another adamant that's out of formation, so let's try to fix that. And I think that's enough. Here we go. So that's a Nemesis down. We're refocusing on the Talon. There it is. We've got a Revenant out there. So the Revenant is what we were missing. Left is open on this Talon. So we'll keep driving it in. Looks like we're getting hit in the rear now. All right, well, we better turn it around and give our broadside to the Revenant. That's a must. So we'll grab our stack of 4. We'll crank it on over, and we'll now turn to face and come in on the oblique and present our front/right to the enemy. We've got Talon, Revenant. I'm assuming Nemesis back here. Since the focus is on this Talon right now, let's go in and have the Manticores zip right on by. And we're going to dive down to engage this Talon. Like so, just so that we continue to keep up the fight. Unable to get a target lock. Oh, really? Even with focus fire? Is that right? Oh, interesting. Okay, well, I guess... Okay, that's interesting. I wonder if he's got something blocking him. I'm not too sure how that works. Well, let's crank it on over, and worst comes to worst, we can always engage the Revenant. And we'll be coming in from his side, and his side is weak in comparison to everything else. And then we've got our Vipers. Just double check that we do not have any sort of Raiders left. We do not. Let's just focus on the Revenant. There it is. And let's do it. All right.
Is taking damage.
Nice. So we're below the Revenant and we're opening up the bottom. Shots on the Talon. Talon's down. And look at that. Wow. So if you look at the relationship, we're below, meaning our Battlestar artillery can hit that Revenant like crazy. This Revenant is honestly even to or below. We need to keep diving. Just make sure he doesn't get a shot on our soft underbelly, but we've got a broadside wall. So that's really, really great. We're in attack stance. So attack posture. We'll just continue that. And keep diving. We'll focus fire. I mean, I suppose here. Fire munitions, honestly, on the incoming Revenant to soften them up. It's where we're going to get the most benefit. And then our Manticores, let's see, we've identified Nemesis, Talon, Revenant, and I think that is it. I think that is what remains. So let's crank it over. Actually, let's turn and move to engage. We're going to try to intercept the Nemesis because he can definitely be annoying. And we'll shift. I guess they can stay on the same. Yeah, we'll stay on the same. Let's drop out a Revenant first, right? So end turn.
Artemis is taking damage.
How are we doing? Oh my God, our Artemis is almost dead. I didn't see that. Oh, we lost our Artemis. I was not paying attention, and I was thinking to myself, God, we're this invincible wall, and the whole time they were hard focusing the Artemis, and the Artemis was taken out. More devastating is just the fact that we lost Winfried McGregor because the Artemis Battlestar was carrying our commander, so I was not paying attention, and that is the result of hubris. So at least it was, you know, Fleet Group Wanderer and not the Daedalus or something like that, but still, that is absolutely a huge loss. Massive amounts of Tilium and massive amounts of experience, so lost just like that. So we'll have to be more careful in the future. I'll say though that I'm not gonna guarantee it won't happen again, but we'll have to try. So let's try to finish this up, and then we'll be able to get at least some fight of redemption or something like that against someone else, right? So we'll go ahead and focus on the Nemesis. We got our Vipers. I don't even know where the other two squadrons are going to land at this point. And let's just go. Here we go. So all of our Adamants still have armor. Makes sense. There we go. Drop out a Nemesis. Drop out a Revenant. And there it is. So who is left? Which enemy is left? Right now we've got one contact, right? Is that right? Which one? So if we were to focus, our Manticore is like no armor on the bottom. We've got one Talon. That's it. We basically have a Talon. Okay, let's come off of the attack posture and let's try to get it back. Get one in for Winfried. Poor guy. I feel so bad. I feel so bad. All right, bring that around and we're going to focus on this guy's come out wide like that. We've got all our Viper Mark 1s. See, he's the guy that I keep forgetting to give him Viper Mark 2s as well. I gotta really change that. And then our remaining Adamants, we're just gonna crank it on over, do maximum maneuverability, and we're gonna just head on over and say hello broadside style. So we're cranking it on through. Slowly softening him up. And where are we at? The middle Adamant currently has weaker right armor. The top Adamant has weaker right armor. So actually what I might do is I'll take this top Adamant and I'll crank it on over so that we come alongside him and we'll engage this way. This one right here is fine. So I will drive and give him the right. The bottom one, I'll peel off.
Yes, sir.
Maybe we'll do that.
Understood.
There we go. And then we probably just want to make sure that this guy is a little bit higher so they don't crash. And we'll do that. There we go. I think that's not going to crash. And then we'll get the Manticores coming to attack posture. And they're going to come right on in. And here we go. So here's the stack split.
Manticore is taking damage.
And let's shoot him in the butt. There it is. Man, this is for Winfried. I keep losing commanders. My gosh. I'm not going to forget that one now, am I? I guess it's probably a good thing I don't, but oh boy. All right, Adamants switching to attack posture. So we'll position ourselves one at a time. Slow our roll.
So say we all. Understood.
And there it is. Let's do it.
Fighter squadron.
There's the Talon.
Manticore is taking damage.
Hit him. There it is. All right, so we were able to fend off the Cylon fleet, but we not only lost the Artemis Battlestar, we also lost Winfried McGregor. So KIA. I do not like that. Oof, that is rough. I was not paying attention. I could have avoided it, but I did not. So let's try to keep that in mind when we're engaging the Sagittarians. So which fleet was that? That was Wanderer, right? So they're kind of out here all on their lonesome. 3250. They're in a bit of a pickle right now. So I'm thinking they got to jump out of there. We're going to go ahead and have them jump. It's 30 Tilium. Actually, we can probably head over to Helios or over to Gnosis, and then we can meet an intercepting fleet with Fleet Group Pogo, and they'll be able to jump on back. I know I keep jumping them around, and it's costing Tilium, which is not something that we have in you know, large supply. We will have Fleet Group Cavalry jump back to defend. So actually we can head on over to Gortine. And then we'll slip Fleet Group Daedalus into the main quest right here. And this is Articles of Colonization.
Sir, one of our agents on Sagittarian has uncovered an SDU plan to attack the intercolonial courts on Libran. They're planning to attack the courts while Admiral Kane is swearing in, before her testimony about the fight with the Sagittarian militia. Marcus Thune, an officer of the Sagittarian Democratic Union, will be leading the SDU's atmospheric entry personally. We've estimated their insertion point, and the Librans have scrambled domestic Air Force patrols. Kane doesn't want the Sagittarians to even taste atmosphere.
I mean, that makes sense.
Our mission is to intercept their FTL landing point and eliminate all resistance.
Sounds like a plan to me. Kane is addressing the quorum personally from the lower house chamber of the intercolonial courts. Sagittarian intel suggests SDU will target Admiral Kane along with a sole physical copy of the articles. Well, let's not let that happen, right? So our requisition points are at 1,076. I feel like we should probably get another replacement officer. So we're going to need to recruit a new one. Right now we've got Hangar Subsystem Strength Johar Harrison. So maybe we'll wait. Can we upgrade anybody? This is Ramiro. I know we thought about the fleet points, which I thought it's going to cost us 500. Is there anything we can get with the blueprints right now? So there's the Battlestar. We have the Ranger, which is currently locked, 1350 in order to unlock it. We've got PCM munitions, not yet available. Sweeper, we don't have that available. Honestly, I think I'm just going to stick with what we've got and maybe focus on upgrading our officers, because that would be... I just need to make sure they don't die, right? So I'm going to promote. I am going to get the extra... Well, they got the 1,000 fleet points already. Mechanic, 30% squadron repair rate or hangar subsystem strength. I mean, I guess we'll just buff that a little bit. Now he's at rank 3. Gisela Dolan, there's promotion for more CIC subsystem strength. We have the Indomitable. How much does this cost if we promote? Oh, it just lets us. My God, we can come in with more fleet points? You can have 6,000 points. That's insane. Does she just straight up promote? Oh my God. So you either pay for it or you actually earn it. Okay, I had no idea. Oh, that's awesome. 40% Dreadus range or extra fleet points. Honestly, more fleet points. I'll take it. We're constantly running low. Wow, that's great. Oh, that's excellent. I'm curious. Are we missing out on even more? Oh my God, I am missing out on more. My God. Damage reduction on the flagship. I mean, that's on the data list. Let's get the CIC subsystem strength up. There it is. Can I promote him even more? Oh my God. Okay, this whole time I've been sitting on... Oh. Holy crap. So you mean... You need at least... Okay, that's fine. What about her? You need 620... Okay, thank God. Okay, all right. We've got rank 8. I've been sitting on rank 8. Oh my gosh. Wow, he has so many things that he can add to the fold. You know what I might do is just merge these two together. Okay, before anything, let's cancel the jump here. We're going to build a ship. I'm going to build that 710. I don't have enough. Let's grab another Minotaur. We'll build that, and we'll just say done. And let's end turn. So we're going to merge together.
Group has been detected.
All right, everyone's coming together. We're going to regroup.
Is being attacked.
So this is what we're going to do. There's Fleet Group Cavalry. There's Gisela Dolan. I mean, she could take over Wanderer, you know what I mean? And we could dissolve one of the fleet groups. Let's think. So Fleet Group Wanderer currently doesn't have an officer. We have Fleet Group Pogo that can absorb something of higher value. And then we've got Daedalus, who now has 8,000 points. If I were to transfer... The Daedalus still has a Battlestar. We've got 2 Minotaurs. If I were to transfer, let's say, the Kitesh to Fleet Group Daedalus. The Belgrade to Fleet Group Daedalus. Can we even fit the Ligurian? So I see. We would need to... Okay, hang on. Because there's still a limit of 7 capital ships is what it is. That's what it is. So Fleet Group Daedalus currently has a bunch of adamants. So if I were to take the Belgrade and pull that out, and if I were to borrow, let's say, another Battlestar, so if I were to transfer and borrow this from her, we're at 7150 right now. So we've got 2 Battlestars, 2 Minotaurs, 3 Adamants. Dear God. And then I may need to get Fleet Group Cavalry to group up with our fleets over there, and then she'll be able to absorb Fleet Group Wanderer stuff, right? I'm kind of borrowing all their stuff, unfortunately. I feel bad about it, but honestly, we're about to fight the Sagittarians. This is going to be awesome. So let's freaking go.
Cylon escort group has been detected.
Here he goes. And now we're up. Let's do it. So we have 2 Artemis Battlestars, 2 Minotaurs, and 3 Adamants for the last fight of the video. We're borrowing stuff from Gisela, but I had no idea we've got a rank 8 Damon Greeley, and we're about to slam a sledgehammer right into him, right? So this is going to be great. Let's just double check, because I keep forgetting. Viper Mark 2s, that looks about right. Daedalus has 2. The Artemis has 2. The Ligurian has 2. We've got guided munitions, Minotaur gunships. We've got guided munitions, and we've got Viper Mark 2s. This is looking pretty good. So how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 squadrons of Viper Mark 2s. That seems not bad. That seems not bad. Let's go in and try to rely on those more than we have before, right? So we've got an adamant right here. I guess we should probably stick close to the Daedalus, because I have no idea where the enemy's going to be, right? So we have an adamant right here. We have an adamant. Put it in the stack. There we go. So we've got our stack. We've got an Artemis Battlestar. Honestly, there's no reason that I have to be on top. I can just have them low and to the sides. That seems fair. Maybe give them a little more space. And then we'll have our Minotaur gunships here on the outside. All right, let's go. Oh my God. We have 7 capital ships of the largest variety that I can possibly have at the moment.
1.
Articles of colonization, Libran. Yes. That's so much metal.
Mark, and Libran channels are quiet. The SDU aren't here yet, sir. I've marked the militia's expected landing point. We've earned some time to prepare an ambush, Commander.
Well, I'm glad that we get time, but intercept the SDU forces. Do we know? Is this the point? That's the intercept point? So they will arrive there? My God. Well, we're going to have a little bit of distance to travel, right? Okay, well, first things first. All Adamants, all Artemis, and Daedalus Shipyard launch. Well, actually, let's hold on to the squadrons for a moment, because I do not know. We may need to have the squadrons at the Daedalus if they start jumping us, right? So let's go and grab everybody. We're going to boost thrusters, and we're going to cruise forward and just keep diving.
On it, Commander.
Everyone's going to be scraping the bottom. Hit the hard deck. Let's go. We're heading out here, I assume. Look at that stack. 7 capital ships straight on in. And then we'll like split off is how I'm envisioning it. So we're trying to set up an ambush apparently. And we just keep diving. Keep diving. Let's go.
Being grilled about the engagement at Sagittarian. Did they expect us not to defend ourselves?
It's probably a trap.
I'm sure the families of the Sagittarians killed are grateful for your help.
They attacked Colonial Fleet ships while Cylons were present.
No kidding.
One enemy looks the same as another on the battlefield. To the SDU, we're no different than the Cylons.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Well, let's keep going. Square off against these guys. You know what I'm thinking? If our capital ships reach here and it triggers whatever, then we're going to be point blank with them, right? I mean, that could be a good thing, but if we reach there with our fighters instead and then trigger it, it would be nice to have some standoff. So maybe I should launch our squadrons now. So let's go ahead and launch what we can, and we'll have the Daedalus maybe hold on to its fighters just in case, and let's end the turn. So we're currently launching fighters now that we're closer to the ambush point, and then we'll try to have our fighters move out here. I don't know if they can actually target this location. So we've just launched a total of 7 squadrons. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Dratus contact. SDU units confirmed.
We meet again, Commander. You think you could shield Lucinda Kane as she propagates the lies about her attack on Sagittarian? Come, sisters and brothers. This is our time to shatter the alliance of Caprican tyranny.
Really?
Sherman Cottle was right. We're fighting the Cylons' rebellion for them.
Well, here we go. All right, well, if they're out there, then I guess we're launching Vipers from the Daedalus as well. So squadrons, launch all squadrons. So now we've got 9 Viper Mark II squadrons on the field after the next turn. We're going to have our Vipers right here. Just honestly try to raid someone along the back line, right? Just cut right through it. Identify multiple people as we go. Let's go in and have our gunship, and we're going to try to... let's come off boost thrusters immediately. We're going to have our Minotaur split, dive, and we'll go into an attack posture actually. So all the way cranked over and dive. We're going to be in an attack posture. We're going to come all the way over.
Understood.
Dive. We'll have our Artemis attack posture.
Yes,
Get down so we can get that Battlestar artillery into play. And then we're going to slow our roll. Come in on the oblique. Yeah. And then our stack of adamants will actually... I mean, I guess we can shoot it on over like this. Get down. We'll actually boost. And we'll do that. I mean, I guess we're going to be in the way, right? Man, I didn't think that one through. I'm hoping that we'll be able to boost past and then start dumping into the side here, but maybe that's not the best play. So maybe we'll come off, we'll come into attack, and we're just going to stay tight and crank to the side. So this is what we're doing. There it is. Okay. All right. Here we go. Incoming. 1, 2. I'm assuming unguided munitions. Oh boy. That is nasty. Hits on the Minotaur gunship. And what do we have in front of us? We've got a Ranger. Okay. I have not unlocked this yet, but we've got a Ranger. I think it's like a sniper or something. We've got an Adamant. Okay. The fronts are soft. We've got another Ranger. We've got a Manticore. So Manticore, 2 Rangers, and an Adamant. The Adamant we want to hit on the nose, right? Yeah, look at that. Frontal armor is at 30. So let's just dumpster fire that guy, right? So we've got our Minotaur, our Artemis, and all of our Adamants. We're going to focus fire on this lead Ranger. And then we're going to have these 2 right here. We're going to focus fire on, well, yeah, the Adamant. I'll go ahead and select all of them. And we're going to... Oh, nope. Don't do it. Hang tight. The Adamants and the Artemis. We're going to fire munitions. Right into the Adamant. Actually, you know what? This is not a good idea because the missiles are going to come out the side and we're going to hit ourselves. So actually, you know what? Fire, can we cancel? Let's cancel. That does not sound like a good idea. We'll cancel guided missile. Let's hold on that until we spread out a little bit. The adamants maybe, but sometimes the missiles come out both sides, and I don't know how I feel about that. So we'll fire munitions. I guess we got to select each one individually and cancel it. That's Viper, cancel guided missile, cancel guided missile, cancel guided missile. We'll have all Vipers, select target. We'll target this Ranger instead. It's the one that we couldn't really tackle. Oh, never mind. I forgot. They've got Viper Mark 1s. Hit that single squadron, and let's see how this rolls out. So Ranger's getting hit pretty hard. The Adamant's taking a hit right to the front.
Incoming.
That Ranger's out. This Adamant is out. Beautiful. So right now we've gone Adamant, Manticore, 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 Ranger. Ranger's up next. Yeah? Ranger's up next. Our Minotaur is looking pretty busted, so we're going to go into a neutral posture. We're going to start to crank her over so that we can give him the front and the left, ideally. Our Artemis Battlestar is going to continue to dive.
Understood.
And we're going to use our Battlestar artillery to good effect, hopefully. We'll get the Adamants. I mean, they're in attack posture. Let's crank it over. And then we will extend with our Artemis Battlestar here. And we'll extend with our Minotaur there. We'll have all of the Vipers. They're focusing on a Manticore. You know what? That's totally fine. And we will have this set of 5 capital ships focus not on the Adamant, but I want to hit that Ranger up there if possible. And we're going to do the same. And then we'll just see wherever the shots take them once they eliminate that thing. We'll let that go. I think it's probably safe for this Artemis to loose guided munitions. And we'll focus on the Adamant at the back. Those might ding him on the front. With this Artemis, I'm going to hold end turn. Go.
Missiles incoming.
That Ranger's getting hit hard. There it is. Ranger's out. And now they're collapsing the Adamant's front. He has 0 on the front. Wow, this is a massacre. Absolute massacre. So how are we doing? So our right is almost out on the Minotaur. Artemis Battlestar, the right and the top is almost out. That makes sense. Our Adamants are mostly okay. The top left is not great, but we were cranking over to the left. And these two are perfectly fine. Okay, fantastic. So that tells me, let's go in and bring this on over like so. And we'll keep diving. The Minotaur we want to give our left. So let's crank it on over as well. We'll be in parallel and we will dive. We'll give them the top. And then our Adamants, the left side's kind of busted. We'll cross on over. And we'll give them the right. And then we're going to turn into their Adamant like this. And let's go ahead and just select. I mean, honestly, I don't even think I need a focus fire, but let's focus on that Adamant and drop him out. The Adamants are probably okay to fire munitions. And I'm going to target the Manticore. And this Artemis, honestly, can probably target the Adamant. All right, here it is. Let's see what happens. The Vipers are doing whatever. So off we go. That Adamant's done. That Manticore's done. This Manticore is done. Oh my god. And then there was one. Jesus.
Sir, large Dratus contact. Unless they found themselves an abandoned Battlestar, I don't think it belongs to the SDU.
What?
Humans killing humans. This is unexpected.
No, it's not.
Cylon voice modulator. Sophisticated too. Most likely transmitting from the bridge of a base.
Oh, that's not
Commander,
good.
The bogey has the drop on the fleet group's position. Whoever it is, they've left their broadcast channel open.
Should we talk back to them? Eliminate Marcus Thune and all SDU forces. So where is this Dratus contact? Oh, in the distance. Okay, fair enough. All right, well, that's... I mean, we're almost done with the SDU forces. They've got one Manticore remaining, right? So if we take our Mark II and we select target, there's the Manticore and unidentified. So focus on the Manticore, drop out that Manticore. All capital ships. Come into a neutral posture. And we need to reorient ourselves. So one at a time. Let's go ahead and line this up. So we're going to have our Minotaur stay low. We're going to have our Artemis Battlestar stay tight. Dive in. We're just going to ignore the Minotaur because he has 9 squadrons of Viper Mark IIs. We're going to crank low with the Adamant. Stress the engine. Stay tight. Stay low. Dive. And the Minotaur. Dive. I almost want to be in defensive posture, so we'll go into a defensive posture. I don't know what's going to happen, and then go. So basically, all of the Viper Mark IIs are going to collapse on the Manticore. That guy's done. Holy crap, that DPS is insane, and we are running parallel.
You are nothing more than Kane's knife bearer, Commander. Ever eager to act outside the legalities of warfare.
Legality?
We are Colonial Fleet. We represent the highest military authority of the collected colonies.
Yet here you are, supervising the murder of Sagittarian civilians. The executioner's face is always well hidden. Admiral Kane understands what is required for her continued survival. Do you?
Say what? I mean, what's required is we need to have control, and then we need to be able to unify and attack the Cylons, right? I mean, that's what I'm thinking. So let's stay in it. We'll boost thrusters, and we're going to go ahead and, well, actually, let's see. That doesn't work. The Adamants are not, they're still turning. So if we were to do this, they're not really going to be able to take full advantage of their boost. So let's stay neutral. They'll be able to move a little more aggressively. They'll stay low. And then we're going to boost with these two. Like that. And then we can stay just the way that we are.
Yes, Commander.
And we'll drop ourselves there. And then everyone's going to refocus all the Viper Mark IIs. And let's go. So the Vipers are moving to intercept. And we're trying to get some semblance of a formation here. Man, what happened? Did it disappear? Select targets. No hostile targets present. Okay, so they disappeared. They left. Did they really leave? Because we're still in control. What's happening? Oh, am I going to crash? Oh, crap. I'm totally going to crash.
SDU marks are down, and the Cylon broadcaster is no longer in range. Fleet group set to condition 2. Surely this proves we're not the bad guys here.
I don't know about that.
She is resourceful. She'll come out of the hearings in a better position than when she went in.
Gods, I hope so. We can't have anyone thinking that we could work with the Cylons.
Okay, so, well, that was the last one for the night. So let me go ahead and take a look at the replay, because it got pretty... That was a steamroll. So we're approaching the ambush point. It got a little bit clustered. I don't know if this is the best formation. Kind of having the stack wedged in between two bookends, right? And then we start to launch fighters. We launched them right in time, right before they landed. So that was very helpful. We're currently boosting thrusters. There's the launch, which means they're coming. We've got 9 squadrons. And this is where they just collapse and fold. Oh my god. Wow. So much. If I were a Viper, I surely would die just from the wall of lead that is being thrown towards the SDU. Wow. There goes an Adamant. Oh no, that's a Ranger. I still haven't unlocked the Ranger. There goes a... God, they folded so quickly. Ambush indeed. Oh! I guess we actually get to see what it looks like. I guess it was a Cylon base. That was the last Manticore, and then I think that's a wrap. Wow, that was fast. That was so fast. That was barely any time at all. Oh my god, it was a legit base. I would imagine you'd have to know that's coming and like boost straight there. I don't know if you'd ever catch it. Yeah, we're all about to crash. Look at that. Jeez Louise. All right, so very interesting. Very interesting. I'm curious what is going to happen now. Will the Sagittarians finally be on our side, or are they going to be against us? The following blueprint has been unlocked. Armor Piercer. So if we go over to blueprints now, Sweeper, we've got Armor Piercer ammunition, effective against armor plating, low hull damage. Speed 650 meters per second, range 80,000 meters. So if we look at torpedoes, the range is 100,000 meters at 1,000 meters per second. And this is 80,000 meters at 650 meters per second. Hull damage, armor damage 4 and 4. This is 1 and 12. So just drop that armor like nothing. Magazine stack 42. Very interesting. Guidance target, which means that's guided. Wow. Effective against armor plating, low hull damage. That's actually pretty cool. I can dig that. You don't have to send like 3 Manticores worth of torpedoes. You could send 1 target to each, get a breach somewhere, and then just dump turrets into them. That's actually pretty epic. And apparently we can unlock the Ranger. So that's one of the things that we were blowing through earlier, right? Adamant, Manticore, Minotaur. I mean, we might as well unlock it. 1350. So here we go, a Ranger. Originally a Pycon specialist design, the Ranger-class cruiser has more recently become popular throughout the 12 colonies. Its combination of long-range dominance and skirmish-range turret configuration makes it highly effective all-rounder in any strike group. Double-guided missile output. That's pretty epic. So if we look at the ranges, what's the difference? So we've got the Minotaur gunship. Dratus range 5,000 and a bunch of turrets. And then Dratus range 5,000. A little bit faster. Yeah, I'm not too sure if there's a way to determine what the range is, but this says long range dominance. I assume it's just shooting guided missiles over and over and over. That's pretty epic sounding. And I don't know if we've got to unlock this. I mean, we might as well. It costs 560 RP. Sure. Armor Piercer munition. Am I going to use this though? Maybe I'll hold off on that one. I'll hold off on that one. So where are we now? Where do we sit? Fleet Group Daedalus is massive, and we actually have Tilium now. We probably need a replacement Artemis Battlestar, so we're going to start to build that. We're creating a Minotaur as well. We've got 632 remaining. The Rangers out here, I'm going to hold off on the Rangers for now. And we probably want to relocate. So, well, I guess they'll just kind of chill there. When it comes to Gisela, oh, see, we've got a frigate out here. We probably want to jump it on over. And let's regroup our fleet. So Fleet Group Cavalry currently has 3 Manticores. Fleet Group Wanderer, I mean, I guess we could just have her take control of Fleet Group Wanderer. So we can say Officer, Active, Gisela, unassign from Fleet Group Cavalry, and we want Gisela assigned to Fleet Group Wanderer, 10 Tilium. There it is. So she's now in control of Fleet Group Wanderer, and we can add to her fleet. We can add more of the, well, I guess we can add another Adamant. Transfer, oh no, that's jumping right now. In the meantime, we can add another Corvette, and that's going to max out at, well, 6 out of 7 capital ships. The Adamant's jumping in. Fleet Group Pogo is all right. So, and Fleet Group Cavalry is here. We can transfer into Fleet Group Wanderer, and now they're capped out at 6, or out of 7 out of 7. So we'll detach Sumava, and then we'll be able to get Seeker in to Fleet Group Wanderer. That way she's got a lot of veteran units. And then we'll transfer and just merge all the backup colonial ships together. And I think that's it for now. Man, what a loss. What a loss. We lost an Artemis Battlestar and we lost Mr. McGregor. But you know what? Fleet Group Daedalus, 8,000 points. That's insane. and we have multiple battle stars. I mean, that was pretty epic. I feel like I should probably return this battle star to Gisela, but we've got to wait for our FTL recharge to cool off a little bit. So, oh my. Well, bunnies, thanks so much for hanging out with me today. We definitely took some serious losses, but you know what? At least we learned that, you know, you're not an invincible wall of steel when you're in a stack like that, but you just got to pay attention. And oftentimes I'm in battle and then I'm just looking at the result of us crushing people, and that's so much fun that I forget to pay attention to all the holes that are piling on into us. But we'll have to keep an eye out, and hopefully we'll continue to grow and become more powerful. We've just unlocked a ranger, and it'll be really cool to see how that flies, especially if it kind of keeps its distance and maybe just launches guided munitions that are always going to hit. That's going to be very, very useful, I would imagine. So anyway, if you enjoyed the episode, please feel free to like, share, or comment down below. It helps us a great deal. I had a total blast. I hope you did as well, and I can't wait to get into the next one with you. Have a wonderful, wonderful night.